You want a coffee?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Are we going to be talking for a while?
I hope we are.
Okay, good. Sure.
Meghna,
May I trouble you for a coffee?
can we get another coffee?
Cappuccino, I guess. All right.
Are you a coffee drinker, Elon?
Yeah. I mean, I have coffee once, usually in the mornings, you know.
Okay. One a day kind of thing?
Yeah, pretty much.
The first thing I must
Okay.
say is you're a lot bigger and bulkier, muscular than I would have thought you are.
Oh, stop. You're making me blush.
Really? Seriously?
Yeah, I mean, look, on the internet, I'm small, you know.
If you were a stock investor, Elon, and you
me.
could buy one company which is not your own at the valuations of today to meet a capitalistic end and not an altruistic one which is good for the world, what would you buy?
I mean, I don't really, buy stocks, So it's not like I'm not like an investor in. I don't like look for things to invest in. I just try to build things, and then there happens to be stock of the company that I built. But I don't think about should I invest in this company, or I don't have like a portfolio or anything. So I guess AI and robotics are going to be very important. So I suppose it would be AI and robotics that aren't related to me. I think Google is going to be pretty valuable in the future. They've laid the groundwork for an immense amount of value creation from an AI standpoint. NVIDIA is obvious at this point. I mean, there's an argument that companies that do AI and robotics and maybe space flight are going to be overwhelmingly almost all the value. So the output of goods and services from AI and robotics is so high that it will dwarf everything else. Money is really an information system for labor allocation. Like people sometimes think money is power in and of itself, but it doesn't really. If there's no labor to allocate, it's meaningless. So if you were to be on a desert island with $1 trillion, dollars or whatever, it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, right. Why speculate when you can be real? I just hope I don't end up on a desert island, It's not going to be very useful to me. But it illustrates my point that if you're stranded on a desert island with $1 trillion, it's not useful because there's no labor to allocate. You just allocate yourself. So,
What do you think money will be in the future, Elon?
I think long term, I think money disappears as a concept. Honestly, it's kind of strange, but in a future where anyone can have anything, I think you no longer need money as a database for labor allocation. If AI and robotics are big enough to satisfy all human needs, then money is no longer, its relevance declines dramatically. I'm not sure we will have it. There's still some fundamental currencies, if you will, that are physics-based. So energy is the true currency. This is why I said Bitcoin is based on energy. You can't legislate energy. You can't just, pass a law and suddenly have a lot of energy. It's very difficult to generate energy, especially to harness energy in a useful way to do useful work. So I think that probably we won't have money, and probably we'll just have energy, power generation as the de facto currency. I think at a certain point you decouple from the sort of conventional economy if you have AI and robots producing chips and solar panels, and and mining resources in order to make chips and robots, in order to make you sort of complete that cycle. Once that cycle is complete, I think that's the point at which you decouple from the monetary system. I'm confident that if AI and robotics continue to advance, which they are advancing very rapidly, like I said, working will be optional, and people will have any goods and services that they want. If you can think of it, you can have it, type of thing. But then at a certain point, AI will actually saturate on anything humans can think of. And then at that point, it becomes a situation where AI and robotics are doing things for AI and robotics because they've run out of things to do to make the humans happy. Because there's a limit. You say like, people can only eat so much food, or it's going to be. I think if you can think of it, you can have it. Will be the future. Like, these are just what I think will happen based on what I see, as opposed to I think these are fundamentally good things and I'm trying to make them happen. It's like I think this would happen with or without me, whether I like it or not.
Right.
As long as civilization keeps advancing, we will have AI and robotics at very large scale. It might cause. I guess it probably would cause significant deflation because, deflation or inflation is really the ratio of goods and services produced to the change in the money supply. So if goods and services output increases faster than money supply, you will have deflation. If real goods and services output increases slower than the money supply, you have inflation. It's that simple. People sometimes try to make it more complicated than that, but it just isn't. So if you have AI and robotics and a dramatic increase in the output of goods and services, probably you will have deflation. That seems likely. Because you will simply won't be able to increase the money supply as fast as you can increase the output of goods and services.
With AI, if productivity were to go up, and I heard you speak about UHI instead of UBI.
Yeah. I think it will be universal high income.
In a world like that, I wonder if more people want to live in cities which are always going to be more polluted and not offer the quality of lifestyle that a rural environment might.
Well, I guess it's up to. Some people want to be around a lot of people and some people don't. It's going to be maybe a matter of personal choice. But I think in the future, it won't be. I think it won't be the case that you have to be in a city for a job. Because I think my prediction is in the future, working will be optional.
Right. We seem to be moving from, not in India, but in some parts of the West, from 6 days to 5 days to 4 days to 3.
Not me.
I think the Europeans.
Yeah. Yeah. I think if you're trying to make a startup succeed or you're trying to make a company do very difficult things, then you definitely need to put in serious hours. I think that's
right.
That's how it goes.
And if we were to move from 5 to 4 to 3 days, how do you think society changes? When people have to work half the week, what do they do with the other half?
Well, I think it'll actually be that people don't have to work at all. And it may not be that far in the future. Maybe only, 10. I'd say less than 20 years. My prediction is in less than 20 years, working will be optional. Working at all will be optional. Like a hobby, pretty much.
And that would be because of increased productivity, meaning people do not have to work?
They don't have to. I mean, look, obviously people can play this back in 20 years and say, look, Elon made this ridiculous prediction and it's not true. But I think it will turn out to be true that in less than 20 years, and maybe even as little as, I don't know, 10 or 15 years, the advancements in AI and robotics will bring us to the point where working is optional. In the same way that, like, say, you can grow your own vegetables in your garden, or you could go to the store and buy vegetables. You know, it's much harder to grow your own vegetables. but you know, some people like to grow their vegetables, which is fine. You know, but it'll be optional in that way. Is my prediction.
I said something recently which I think got blown out of proportion, where I was suggesting that an MBA degree might not make sense anymore if they were to be deciding on what to study.
Yeah.
Do you think kids should go to college anymore?
Well, I mean, I think if you want to go to college for social reasons, I think, which is a reason to go, to be around people your own age, in a learning environment. Will these skills be necessary in the future? Probably not, because we're going to be in like a post-work society. But I think if something's of interest, it's fine to go and study that. To study the sciences, the arts and sciences.
Is college a bit too generalized and not specific from that lens?
No, I actually think it's good to take a wide range of courses at college if you're going to go to college. Mm-hmm. I don't think you have to go to college, but I think if you do, you just try to learn as much as possible across a wide range of subjects. But like I said, the AI and robotics is a supersonic tsunami. So this is really going to be the most radical change that we've ever seen. When I've talked to my older sons, I said, like, you guys, they're pretty steeped in technology, and they agree that that AI will probably make their skills unnecessary in the future, but they still want to go to college. Well, overall, I think the world is pretty great right now. I mean, it's anyone who thinks that like today's world is not that great, I think they're not going to be excellent students of history, because if you if you read a lot of history, you're like, wow, there's a lot of misery back then. I mean, it used to be that people would be dropping dead of the plague all the time. Par for the course. Yeah. Just be like a good year back in the day would be like not that many people died of the plague or starvation or being killed by another tribe. Mm-hmm. It's like that was a good year. We only lost 10% of the population.
I think like 100 years ago we lived up until 35 or 40, right?
We had very high infant mortality.
Yeah.
So like you had a few people that would live to an old age, but not that long ago, 100 years ago, if you got like some minor infection, they didn't have antibiotics, so you just like kicked the bucket because you drank some water that had dysentery, and that was it, curtains. You just die of diarrhea.
Maybe that's
you
why
just
people
literally die. That was like, that's miserable.
Maybe that's why people had as many kids as they did back then.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't, then like half the kids would die, type of thing.
Yeah. You love history, no?
Yeah.
German history, World War II, World War I.
Yeah, world history. Yeah. I mean, I generally try to listen to read as many history books and listen to as many history podcasts as possible.
When you have a friend, Elon,
Who, me?
Yeah, I mean,
Are you saying I have a friend?
when you hang out with your friends, who are you? Like, I know the.
I wish I had friends, honestly. No, I do have friends. Actually.
Yeah.
I think so. I hope so. Yeah, sure. It's yeah, we have a good laugh.
Yeah. What does it look like? Like, every group has a dynamic.
We talk words, We eat food sometimes. Once in a while we swim in the pool. Normal things, I think. There's like a limited, what are the things that one can do with friends, Chat. Discuss,
Yeah.
the nature of the universe.
What do you emotionally get out of friendship?
I don't know. I think the same thing anyone else would get out of friendship. You want to have like an emotional connection with other people, and you want to. I don't know. You want to talk about various subjects and. Yeah, I mean, I generally talk about. I mean, a wide range of things about the nature of the universe. I mean, a lot of philosophical discussions. Although we have come to the conclusion that we should not talk about AI or the simulation at parties because we just talk about it too much. It's kind of a buzzkill at times.
Do you pick friends who think like you, or do you look for the one who can debate you and be a contrarian to you?
I mean, I'm not sort of, going on like friendhunter.com. Let's hunt down some friends. It's sort of, yeah, I mean, I think it is just sort of people that you've resonated with somewhat on an emotional and intellectual level. And yeah, I mean, and yeah. I guess a friend is someone who's going to support you in difficult times, I suppose. A friend in need is a friend indeed. If someone's still supporting you when the chips are down, that's a friend. If somebody's not supporting you, or if somebody's only there's like fair weather friends are useless. They're not real friends. So, everyone likes you when the chips are up. But who likes you when the chips are down?
With someone who has as many chips as you, would it matter?
I mean, it's relative,
If you could speak to the people of my country, India, the young entrepreneurs who want to build, and say a message to them, what would you say?
Well, I think I'm a big fan of anyone who wants to build. So I think anyone who wants to, make more than they take, has my respect. So that's the main thing is to aim for. Aim to make more than you take. Be a net contributor to society. It's kind of like the pursuit of happiness. If you want to create something valuable financially, you don't pursue that. It's best to actually pursue providing useful products and services. If you do that, then money will come as a natural consequence of that, as opposed to pursuing money directly. Just like you can't sort of pursue happiness directly, you pursue things that lead to happiness. But there's not like direct happiness pursued. You do things like, I guess, fulfilling work or study or friends, loved ones, that as a result make you happy. So that's it sounds like very obvious, but generally, if somebody's trying to make a company work, they should expect to grind super hard, accept that there's like some meaningful chance of failure, but just be focused on having the output be worth more than the input. That are you a value creator? That's what really matters.